nightmares of home ownership in Canada. The thing that you do not ever want to happen with you is actually happening with me right now as we are speaking, guys. It is, I'll tell you, the extent of the damage is unknown. I say it could cost me over $50,000, and it's happening as we speak. Look at this. Look at this rain, look at this beautiful weather today, you know. Somebody called me today and said, "Hey Igor, how are you doing?" And I said, I don't know. I don't know, because there is two options that's going to happen with my house right now. Option number one is I'm going to get some extensive renovation for $2,500 deductible if insurance covers it. Option number two, I'm going to have to pay insane amount of money for extensive renovation that is happening right now. So as we are speaking right now on this channel, my basement is getting flooded with water, and there is a contractor, flooded restoration company, pumping out water, cleaning it up and trying to maintain it while it's pouring. I don't know, it's pouring or pissing. I don't know what's going on with this rain, but definitely it's doing damage to my property. And guys, I'm working in real estate, and I keep on telling people about the nightmares of home ownership. I say, you know, hot water tank, by the way, I work with the Realtors. Hot water tank is going to break down. Furnace might break down, you know, the roof might leak, all sorts of things. But a lot of times, you know, people don't mention that you might have a sewer backlog, you might have a, you know, flood, or you might have something else. Even right now, for myself, I do not even know what is going on. I'll tell you what actually happened. Let me tell you the story, what happened. About 5 a.m. I wake up 5 something. I don't even know what time it is because I'm still asleep. I hear my flood detector because I'm paranoid. I'm a paranoid person. I put my flood detectors all over around my property, under every sink, under every vanity, under dishwasher, under the fridge, and it's going off in my utility room. So I go there and I see water, and I'm like, okay. So I switch off the main shut-off valve so the water doesn't continue, and I'm starting to search for the leak. And you know, in my basement, looks like it's pretty dry. But I'm starting to pump out water, I mean under the flooring, I mean the flooring in the basement, just in the utility room, but everything else looks pretty dry. I don't know what's going on. Next thing I know is I'm pumping out water from the utility room, and I'm going with the bucket to dump it upstairs. Onto the grass like this, just pouring out. Guys, I promised you I'll make a video about life in Canada, and this is my story. I'm telling you what is actually happening with me right now. So I'm pouring it out, and the stupid water keeps on coming back, and I don't know where it keeps on coming from. Then the alarm goes off under the refrigerator, which doesn't even have, the refrigerator doesn't even have an ice maker, so there is no water supply there even. I don't know what's going on. I struggle to pull out the refrigerator, trying to rack my back to pull it out, and I see water there under the flooring. And I shut off the leak detector. I keep on pumping out. We call the insurance company. It takes them forever to get through automated voice machine. And then the automated voice machine finally says, our offices are now closed, call later. And I'm like, well, there has to be an emergency phone number. So I go to ChatGPT and I for my insurance company emergency phone number. And luckily I get the right one. And I get them to get on the phone. And hear me out, as my basement is getting flooded, you know, I have to interrupt myself from the process of pumping out water, go through the entire process, go through a questionnaire. And the questionnaire is so stupid. It's like, oh, can we call you on this number? Can we have a communication with you? Do you give us consent for authorization for whatever information, for whatever authorization? I don't even care. All I want is them to tell me what to do, because I don't know what to do in this kind of situation. And they give me a contractor's contact, and they said somebody's going to call you within an hour. You know, nobody calls me. Nobody gives me a call from anywhere. So I call the contractors myself. I call that company, and they say that somebody's going to call me within an hour or so. And yeah, somebody calls me later, like 3 hours later. By the time I already hired the Ukrainian contractor, and said, this video is not sponsored by them, another company that they already came and they're already dealing with the emergency, because I cannot wait for that I'm going there with buckets of water for the company to come out. And the extent of damages, I don't know yet. It's getting assessed. They are literally removing the carpets. They are said they'll be removing the flooring. They are pumping out water. They are, scanning the walls and checking for where it's coming from. I hope they find what's going on. But look at this rain. And also on top of this, guys, not far away from my house, I see a city doing hydraulic power wash, flushing the sewer lines for the city main line. And it comes to an attention. Could it be that? Could it be something else? I come to those guys from the city of Calgary, and they're telling me to call the 311 number and deal directly with the city. And they're saying that if that's what they did, then the city is going to pay for it. But they told me that they're flushing the water into a different direction away from my house. But who knows? Maybe they flushed it into my direction before that. I have no idea. Maybe they have another truck. I'm not a sewer line expert for the city, but they are telling me that probably 1,000 houses right now in Calgary are getting flooded as we speak because of the rain. Calgary's infrastructure has failed. And guys, this is insane amount of money that is going to cost me. Right now, I'm just guessing, they're removing the floors. I'm already estimating with the call-out emergency services, 3 crews, and what they're doing, flood remediation. I'm already estimating probably $15,000. It's my guess. They haven't said anything about the drywall. I'm hoping they don't have to dry the freaking drywall because it's going to be crazy. But they are working on it. And finally, the contractor calls me about the call, and I said to that contractor not to come because I have an emergency. And honestly, guys, everything is super slow. And my insurance company's headquarters is probably in the US. And the entire thing that they understood from everything that I told them, what I told you right now, is that my leak detector went off. So they want their contractor to give me a call. No other information provided, which is freaking ridiculous. Now, guys, I just wanted to tell you, this is the life. This is the horrors of home ownership in Canada. That's one of the most expensive things that you can have, unless your house burns down. That is going to be over what I'm having. So what I'm having is probably lesser. And the people who came from an emergency, flood and fire restoration, they said that's not a big deal. They said yesterday they went into a house where it was like, over your ankles of water there. So I have less water. I'm like, yeah, thanks for letting me know that somebody has it worse. Kind of makes me feel better about myself, right? But now you cannot be happy about some other people's suffering. And I want to tell you that this is freaking Canada, guys. This is how things are. And honestly, guys, I'm going to cross the road here quickly. And honestly, guys, it's pretty insane that this is happening. Honestly, it's quite insane, guys, that this is happening in Calgary right now with all the flooding, with all, I don't know what that flooding they're talking about. Look at this. Yeah, I'm not even wet with this rain. Look at this. It's not even that much of water. And they're saying that their infrastructure in Calgary is not meant to maintain this kind of water, too much of rain unexpectedly, and their infrastructure cannot handle it. It's pretty insane, but this is one of those expenses that can rack you up. And I'll tell you guys, it's summer. It's a slow season for real estate. I have a bunch of properties. I have 6 properties right now for sale, and it's quite difficult to sell them. They're going to get sold, but it's summer. It's a slower season as well, because it's going to pick up soon. Just wait for August, September. It's going to be better in those months. But there is a slowdown for the summer season, and it's natural seasonality for real estate. So it's not like I'm floating in cash, but I'm definitely going to say that this kind of situation can make you go broke in Canada. Especially with our standard of living right now and the incomes, where people are struggling to. For example, if the hot water tank breaks down, it's expensive. If the furnace breaks down, it's even more expensive. But if you have a flood like I have, it's a lot of money. It's one of the biggest expenses that you can have. And I've been working as a realtor here in Calgary, Alberta, as EXP Realty for over 4 years now. And I'll tell you guys, this is one of the highest expenses. And I wish this will never happen to you like it is happening to me. And I'll tell you more. A lot of people are asking me, Igor, just say about what's going on in your life. Well, I'm also heading out to a property right now that I have in Renfrew, and a contractor just finished, some work there yesterday, and I have to go and see what he did. Then I'm selling that property as well, and also I'm heading out. I also have to get my third mortgage refinanced. Refinancing is coming soon, so I need to get a better interest rate. And it's pretty crazy, guys, getting the refinance done, getting the contractor done there, and having the insane stuff going on in my own property. And it's pouring rain, and I don't know, guys, why I'm not even really upset about it. Like, honestly, I thought I would be way more upset, but the thing is, there is nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it but to deal with it. So I'm dealing with it, and I have multiple crews working in my home right now, remediating this flood and doing all the restoration there. So yeah, guys, that's what's going on. That's one of the nightmares of the home ownership is happening to your guy Igor here, who has helped many people from this channel purchase homes. And I heard lots of stories. Literally, one of my clients called me last week. Their hot water tank started to leak because it was almost 2 decades old and they have to replace. But I hear stories of different kinds of things happening with people who bought homes with me as well. Normally normal wear and tear. The bigger information that I heard, I had an investor client who purchased about 2 years ago a home, and here in Calgary, in the southeast of Calgary, basically not so great part of the southeast of Calgary, and the basement was renovated, but they didn't put insulation in the basement walls, so he had to rip out some drywall there and put insulation there. That's one of the expensive part that I heard, but so far no floods or as expensive damage that is going to be happening now with my property. But anyways, yeah, that's what's going on with your guy Igor here. So if you don't see me publishing too many videos, guys, I'm busy not only with real estate but also my own stuff, and this is one of the nightmares here in Canada. And honestly, it's like a medical bill in the US. It can make you go bankrupt. I mean, if it's $50,000 and you don't have insurance, or insurance doesn't cover you, luckily I have an insurance, how are you going to pay for it? It's literally some family's income, a yearly income in Canada. So if you don't want to have this kind of unexpected expenses in Canada, the best way is to rent. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.